Welcome to the Dark Ozarks. We are discussing urban legends of the Ozarks. Why do some tales grow into legends, believed to be true, even though there is scant evidence to support them? What are your favorite urban legends of the Ozarks?
We are covering urban legends A to Z here in the Ozarks. Of course, there is no need to resort to movies or seek out famous urban legends across the country. Those types of stories are alive and well and still growing right here in the hills.
We will get back to urban legends, but first we want to invite you to like, follow, and subscribe to Dark Ozarks on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as your favorite podcast platform. We also invite you to become a Dark Ozarks subscriber on Facebook. On the Dark Ozarks Facebook page, click subscribe, have your login information ready, and join Dark Ozarks behind the scenes for only $4.99 per month.
Your $4.99 per month subscription allows you to come with us on paranormal investigations, deep dive research, and topics too controversial for public view. The next 100 subscribers will be entered in a drawing for a free Dark Ozarks t-shirt and an exclusive signed first-run copy of the book, Dark Ozarks, The Spook Light. Subscribe today to be entered in the drawing, and now you can get Dark Ozarks t-shirts for sale at darkozarks.com and paranormalsciencelab.com.
Thank you to State of the Ozarks online magazine, dedicated to preserving and celebrating Ozarks culture since 2007. Free access to hundreds of articles, find more information about State of the Ozarks events, and be sure to sign up for the State of the Ozarks Weekly, delivered free to your inbox every Sunday night, featuring new writings and a down-home Ozark recipe in every issue.
Mark your calendars for upcoming live events coming up this weekend, October 13th, with the Carthage, Missouri Square Walking Tour, and Saturday, October 14th, the Old Webb City Tour at the George Ball House, and a number of other locations through December. Meet Dark Ozarks producers, Lisa and Josh, for evenings of history, legends, and the paranormal, and even visit some of the most haunted locations in the Ozarks. Details on the Dark Ozarks Facebook page, and visit paranormalsciencelab.com for tickets and more information.
We encourage you to check out Always Buying Books in Joplin, Missouri, in person and online, on Facebook and at the website alwaysbuyingbooks.com for all your reading needs, including a large section on the paranormal, history, and more. Not to mention The Building's Haunted. Tell Bob and Elise that we sent you.
We also want to thank Beard Engine Brewing Company in Alva, Missouri. Beard Engine Brewing is the only English-style brewery in Missouri and has been twice named Missouri's best brewery by the Missouri Brewers Association. Great beer and great food in a historical building with a noir past. And yes, their building is also haunted. Tell Nate and Tiff that we sent you.
So, urban legends. What makes an urban legend?
As I was thinking about that, the first thing that really comes to mind for me is that elements of the urban legend have a reconstituted aspect from pop culture.
Very often, yes.
It is something that that particular generation has experienced. And this is something, while it is not new to the experiences of humanity, it is comparatively new in terms that Western civilization has experienced mass media for the first time in this sense in the 20th century. And human beings, whether consciously or unconsciously, we are innate storytellers. We are exposed to this media, whether that is a rash of horror films from the 70s or stories of UFOs or whatever it is. And then we find ways consciously and subconsciously to reconstitute and share those stories. And the urban legends in particular are stories of which that sharing and that storytelling process from a situation where mass numbers of consumers are experiencing the same experience. Maybe they're all seeing Nightmare on Elm Street. Maybe they're all seeing The Exorcist. Maybe they're all seeing The X-Files. And then it is a shared retelling that has a specific location in mind. And often these stories show up. And for example, with Crybaby Bridge, the number of these quote unquote Crybaby Bridges are scattered across the United States, but each cluster of storytellers is often unaware that theirs isn't the only one.
Very true. And it always has a local component. It springs up about a place that everyone is kind of familiar with, or at least in general, the general vicinity, so that again, it's shared. And often there is I heard from a friend of a friend kind of component to it, so that you never generally hear a firsthand account, but so-and-so said that their older brother or that their cousin or their best friend, they went out to such and this happened. But if you start asking questions, it's not clear on names and everything, because it's a bit of the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is almost a component of this, which is now sort of a pop culture event, kind of like Slender Man, in that people remembering things about either real, news events or pop culture, that when they go back, they realize that's not true. Remembering a scene in a movie, but then it really wasn't there, or an aspect of a true story commonly misbelieved. And so really that is just an aspect to the urban legend phenomena.
And it is a phenomena in across the board. It's not a phenomena that is limited to the Ozarks by any stretch of the imagination, but what is going to be a lot of fun as we go into the long format, which will be available shortly, is going down a list of urban legends that are specifically unique to the Ozarks. And there are urban legends that have so much weight that we get asked about them on a regular basis. And I thought, as a teaser, I might just read through our working list that may ultimately be multiple episodes, just to let people know what it is we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
Taking it from the top, the Albino Farm in Springfield, Hatchet Man Bridge, the Blue People of Blowing Cave, the Bubbleheads of North County, that's in the St. Louis area, Crescent Hotel Urban Legends, excited about that one. That's the famed Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, the Girl Scout Camp, the Goat Man of Phelps County, Hoffman Mansion, of course, the renowned Marvel Cave and its relationship to the Bald Knobbers. Marvel Cave is beneath Silver Dollar City. Molly Crenshaw's grave and other witch graves, Mothman and Missouri's Flying Humanoids, the Great Octopus of Oklahoma, the Ozarks Howler, which I still can't escape, Reptilians Beneath Carthage, the Witch Road, also known as the Cold Brook Farm in Carthage, underground highways from Kansas City, Springfield, and Carthage, the Vampires Tunnels and the Vampire Cemeteries, and of course, finishing with the Zombie Road in the Springfield metro area.
Yes,
St. Louis Metro.
Yes, and so this is what we will be covering in a lot of depth in the long format video that will be coming up, and as you teased, it may end up being 2 depending on how it goes. So we invite you to look for those long videos, and in between, don't forget to check out upcoming events and merchandise at darkozarts.com and paranormalsciencelab.com. Thank you again to Always Buying Books, Beard Engine Brewing Company, and State of the Ozarks for helping to bring the Dark Ozarks to everyone.
On the next episode, we're going to be discussing the spookiest ghost stories of the Ozarks. Catch the Dark Ozarks podcast on Branson Podcast Network, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or about any other podcast platform. Thank you, everyone. And remember, there are nosy answers in the Dark Ozarks.